Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbana zidna ilma. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, so yesterday we started the other property of an ism, which is gender, and today we'll start with Q&A to see how much have you understand the concept. So I will give you a word and its meaning, and you have to tell me that is that what the gender and whether it's a singular or plural or dual, right? By looking at the meaning of it or by looking at the haraka in the end. So you have to give me a reason for it to be either masculine or feminine or singular, dual or plural. So I'm starting with Sister Hodma. So the first word is ayatun and its meaning is miraculous signs.
Ayatun. It ends with a tanween. I think it's feminine.
Because of the name?
Miracle signs. It's plural, right?
Yes, it's plural, but how do you know it's plural because of its meaning? But how did you say that it is feminine? What was your logic? What was the reason behind it?
I don't really know.
Okay, so give me the Muslima chart.
Oh, do you want me to put ayatun into the Muslim chart?
That's, you will know that's Muslim or is following the Muslim chart or a Muslima chart. If it's follow Muslim charts, it's masculine. If it does not follow Muslim chart, it is feminine, right? If it's follow Muslima chart, then it's feminine.
Oh God. Okay. Ayatun. So, Muslim chart would be Muslimu. So ayatu. Ayata.
No, when I'm saying ayatun, I am adding a long vowel alif, right? Sound of a long alif, right? Ayatun. But when you have a singular, you don't have alif, right? So then the singular for ayatun is ayatun.
Oh,
With tamarkut at the
ayatun. Is
end.
it plural feminine? Ayatun.
Ayatun is plural feminine, but how?
The ending.
The atun sound, right?
Yes.
So ayatun sound give us a way that it is following a Muslima chart, and it is plural because it is following the third column of a Muslima chart.
Yes.
Okay, good. Actually, it is considered a singular feminine, but that is something we are going to study today. It will not consider plural, but it will consider singular, but this is something that we are going to study today. But for now, your answer is right. It is plural and feminine. Okay, Sister Raisa, Basharun.
I'm sorry, I just joined.
Okay, just then you have to give me, Basharun means a person. You have to give me whether it's masculine or feminine or singular, plural, or dual.
Okay, so Russian, it's singular and it's what does it mean?
A person.
A person. Russian. It's masculine because it doesn't have any reason to be feminine.
Okay, and you give and you say it is singular. What gives it away?
Because if it was plural, it would have alif nun or waw nun, or like something from the Muslim chart, like from the Muslim chart, because it has bashrun. It's damma tanween.
Okay, so yeah, so it has the ending sound, not the ending combination. That's why it is, and it is following a first column of a Muslim chart. That's why it is singular, right? We know the meaning, a person means singular, but since we are grammar student, we have to look at the signs.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sister Samia, Al-Jahima means hellfire.
It's say that again, sir.
Al-Jahima.
Jahima. It wasn't one of the.
It means the hellfire, right?
Yeah, but you know there were two words, Jahannam and the other one,
Nar wal as-Sa'ir, but
no, but it's not because Arab said so. But
yes,
it's a particular place, because if it's the name of a, there are 6 categories that is feminine, so
it
the name
is.
of Jahannam, so it's going to be considered singular feminine because it's the name of a place.
Okay, feminine is fine, but how singular?
Jahima. Because of the ending.
What's ending it is?
Jahima.
So what is in the end?
Fatha.
Why single fatha?
Because of the al at the beginning.
Okay, yes, that's good because it's following the first column of Muslim chart. Muslim chart, I say Al-Jahima, but since it's a name of a proper name of a place, so it is considered feminine, and it should have a single fatha, not fatatan because of an al. Good. Sister Sarah. Al-Fili.
Yes.
Al-Fili means the elephant.
Al-Fili. Okay. Al-Fili, it would be singular because of and
Because of what?
because of the fatha at the end
No, kasra in the
and
end.
it's follow Al-Fili, yes. Okay. Okay, so this would be it's following the first column of the masculine chart.
Yes.
Yeah, the light chart. So it would be singular, and it's we cannot say that it's biological feminine.
No.
No, so Al-Fili. Yes, I think it would be masculine, singular masculine.
Very good. Very good deduction. Sister Parveen Maruf. Al-Ardu.
Al-Ardu. It's from the story, so it will be a feminine.
Yes. A semi-feminine, yes. And what
Yes.
about its number?
And it's Al-Ardu is singular
Is singular. Why?
because I think the plural is Al-Arab or something.
No, I'm not asking about what is the plural.
Oh.
I'm asking about the grammatical reason for it to be singular.
The grammatical reason is because it's Al-Ardu is following the first chart.
First column.
It's
First,
following
it's following the first column. Yes, that's the right answer. Good, Sister Habiba. Amalun means
Yes.
deeds.
Yeah, Amalun is singular, masculine, because it is Dhammatan at the end.
But its meaning is
Um,
deeds. I say deeds with
masculine.
the S in the end.
Amalun. Amalun, then Amal. Okay. This is third column, plural, yeah. Masculine and plural.
Okay. Now you are wrong about that. When I say amalun, it's because of its meaning. You say it is plural, but you don't have a reason of saying it is plural grammatically because it is not following a Muslim chart or a Muslima chart. Then it is a broken plural. Right? So we studied when we study the Muslim chart and Muslima chart, I show you a column for a broken plural as well. and I say that some ism does not follow the Muslim or Muslima chart pattern in the plural column. Such ism are called broken plurals. So when you put, his word is amal. When you put amal in Muslim chart, it will be amalun, amalan, amalin, right? Amalani, amalaini, amalaini. But it's not amaluna, amalina. It will be amalun, amalin, amalun. Okay. So that's why it is a broken plural, and by meaning, that's why I give you the meaning. From the meaning, you can say that it is plural. And singular, masculine and feminine, I say that non-human broken plural are considered as
Singular feminine.
So that's why this is considered as a singular feminine.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going another round. Now I want quick answers. Sister Raisa, al-malaikatu.
Yeah, sorry.
The angels.
The angels. So al-malaikatu, it's singular, malaikatu, and it's feminine because of that in the end.
Okay, that is good for now, but we will see when we study today that we in Arabic will consider it as a plural masculine too. But this is something that we're gonna study today, inshallah ta'ala. Sister Sarah, al-yusra means the easiest.
Al-Yusra is, it has Yusra, so it has the alif at the end, the Hamza. So it would be alif maksura, so it will be considered as feminine. And it has al in the beginning, so al-Yusra. So I think it will be singular feminine.
Yes, because it is non-flexible because of alif maksura.
Non-flexible.
And they follow the single column of a Muslim chart, right?
Muslim chart, yes.
That's good. Sister Parveen Maroof, Narin, a fire.
Narin. A fire is it will be feminine because it's a semi-feminine again because of the poem we read,
Yes.
and it's following the Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin first column chart. Narin.
Yes. So it's singular. Good. Sister Habiba, al-mu'minina, the believers.
Mu'minina. Mu'minina is plural because ina. And but al is proper.
No, I'm not talking about proper common, masculine and
You said that.
feminine.
Yeah, masculine.
Okay, good, because following the Muslim chart. Okay, good. So Sister Hodma, al-mukazzibina, the perpetual liars.
Mukazzabina.
Mukazzibina.
Zabina. I don't know.
Huh? Why? How do you know? You remember your Muslim chart?
Okay, Zabina. Well, it's not a ta that it's
Okay, if I give you the word mukazzib, put it in the Muslim chart.
is a liar. So mukaddibu, mukaddiba, mukaddibi, mukaddibina. No, mukaddiba.
No. What is the second column sound?
It's Muslima.
No, I'm
So,
asking Muslim chart, not Muslima chart.
Muslim chart is the pair Muslim is Muslima.
No.
No?
Okay.
In the raf, is it not?
I am giving you chances over and over again, but you are still not memorizing your Muslim chart well, Sister Hodma.
I think she's doing the light chart. Maybe she's getting confused.
So I didn't ask for the light chart. I asked for the Muslim chart. So there's no chance for confusion because something very, very beginning we studied the Muslim chart, right? And it's a basic of all that we are studying. Sister Hodma.
Oh, Muslim. Oh, sorry. Yes, I understand. Muslimani.
Yes.
So Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini.
So put mukazzib in Muslimaini chart.
Mukaddibaini,
Muslimani, Muslimani, then mukazzib will become
Mukaddibani,
mm-hmm.
Mukaddibay, Muslim.
Yeah, you're right.
Mukaddibaini,
Yes.
Mukaddibaini,
Okay, and then third column.
Mukaddibuna,
Mm-hmm.
Mukaddibina, Mukaddibina,
And what word I gave you? Al mukazzibina.
Muslimina.
See, you have to remember the ending sound and the ending combinations. So mukazzibina, where does it fall in the Muslim chart?
It's plural.
It's plural, and it's following the Muslim chart, and it is masculine, right?
Yes.
So this should be the drill. So you have to do another one. Al-Jibala means the mountains.
Al-Jibala. Well, it doesn't follow the endings of the Muslim chart.
No, it doesn't. Does it follow the ending of the Muslima chart?
Al-Jibala, no.
But its meaning is plural. So which kind of a plural it is?
Could it be feminine because it's a specific, well, it's not a place.
No. It is feminine, you're right. But I'm asking you, there are three kind of plurals, right? One is that follow the Muslim chart, one that follows the Muslima chart, and other follows does not follow the Muslim or Muslima chart. They are considered as broken plural.
Broken.
So
plurals, yes.
al-jibalu is by meaning it's plural, right? So it's not a regular plural, it's a broken plural.
Okay.
So broken plural are considered as, if you want to consider as a non-human, then you say that okay, it's masculine and plural, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but today we will study that they will be considered as singular feminine, inshallah.
But you know the words don't follow the Muslim or Muslima chart. They're broken. Can they not be both still? Or if they...
No, if they are not, if you have something plural by meaning, right? If I gave you watches, or if I gave you pens or something like that, then you know that the meaning is plural. But when you look at the Arabic form of it, it does not follow the Muslim chart or the Muslima chart, the combinations, right? It's una, ina, or it's not atun, atin, atin. Then it is what? It is something different. Then this something different means that it's a broken plural. It's not following the regular ism chart. Okay? So that's
But
why
those broken ones can be both masculine or feminine.
the broken one can be both masculine and feminine. Yes, it's not about the gender. It's about the number. So gender is different and number is different. Right? So when you're talking about plural, it means you're talking about number. When we're saying masculine or feminine, it's the other property. Right?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So you don't find any reason for it to be feminine, right? We have these categories that we studied yesterday. You don't find any reason for it to be feminine. So you can tell me that there is no reason it to be feminine. That's why it is masculine plural. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it has a reason to be feminine. That is something we're going to study today, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay, so it is feminine.
It is feminine. We'll consider singular, not plural, if we say it feminine. It's something that we're going to study today, inshallah ta'ala. Then you will understand it fully. But for now, what you have studied so far, for you, if you say it is plural and it is masculine, it is fine with me. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so now we are starting a new topic, inshallah. That is our numbers. Let me share the screen with you. Okay. So in our chapter, we have about the gender, number, and type. So we have covered gender, the masculine and feminine thing. Now we are studying the other. Other is the number. When we're doing a Muslima chart, we have studied that there are three types of numbers in Arabic grammar. And we have a single person, a single thing, that is considered as singular. We say mufrid. For two, there is another grammar for it, and we call it musanna. And then other than more than two is considered as plural, or we call jama in Arabic. So we can see that singular and plural easily, but there are some treatment for the plurals in single and dual. We have seen this treatment for plurals in Arabic. So the rule number 1 is all non-human plurals are treated as singular feminine. Do you get me? It's something that I was explaining when we are doing this exercise. When I say al-jibalu, jibal means mountain, then al-jibalu, the mountains, is this human or non-human thing, ism?
Non-human.
It's a
Non-human, so
ism.
it's feminine.
Yes, so when we have a non-human plural, we are not talking about the first and second column, not the single, not the dual. We are only talking about the plurals. So when we have non-human plurals, they are treated as singular feminine.
Ustaza, I have a doubt. I understand the part from what you had explained from the recording that non-human plurals are considered as feminine, but I didn't get the plural or singular part. Like, how is it considered singular?
Okay, when we are talking about mostly they are broken plural, right? Non-human singular plural we have. So first thing we have to see what is considered as human, the humans, angels and jinn. Other than that, everything in Arabic grammar is considered as non-human, right? Then we have non-human plurals. You can see by meaning that if they are non-human and they are plural, so there are two ways of treating them. If they are plural, feminine by nature and something like that, you can call them plural masculine or plural feminine. But if they are non-human plurals, they can also be treated as singular feminine, right? The number will be changed as singular. When you see the grammar, non-human plurals will be considered as singular and feminine, right? You will look at them and you say that they are, by meaning, they are plural. But when you are treating them, like, you will not be using hum for them, you will be using hiya for them. Understand?
Yes, Ustaz.
Is your point clear now?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Okay. If that is the case, we are clear that when we say a non-human plural, we say, okay, it's singular and it's feminine. Everything else is treated as, the sound masculine human plural is treated as a plural masculine, right? When if a ism is following a Muslim chart third column, we will say, okay, they are sounding as una, ina, they are plural and masculine. The sound feminine human plural is treated as plural feminine. Like, if you have a atun, atin sound, and they are human by meaning, like they are about the person or jinn or malaika, then they are considered as plural feminine. Words that are plural by meaning are treated as plural masculine. What does it mean by plural by meaning? We will see, but I'm giving you an example. Like, you say the word for nation is qawm, right? The qawm is not a single person. Qawm is a collection of people, right? They are many people that form together and make a nation. So they are different. They can be different in many ways, but they are connected by the definition of a nation. But they have certain things in common. So these group are considered as a plural and masculine because they are plural by meaning. Human broken plurals are treated as plural masculine. Sometimes they are also treated as singular feminine. Do you get my point? What I was saying when we are doing the exercise. Human broken plural are treated as plural masculine. Sometimes they are also treated as singular feminine. Any confusion? So these are the rules that we have to study and we have to remember to label some ism as a plural or singular or dual, and how to put them as a masculine or feminine. So let's look at any question before we go to the book.
Yes. So you're saying that human plurals can be broken plurals can be masculine or feminine if there are group of mixed.
Okay, we say non-human plural are considered as singular and feminine, right? But if they
Yes.
are human plural and they are feminine by nature, they will considered as plural and feminine, right? But if they are broken, but sometimes they
Yes.
can also be considered as singular and feminine.
Okay.
Okay. So can you see my screen? Everybody can read from my screen?
Yeah, we can see your
You can
screen.
see the screen? Okay. So I want Sister Sarah to read for us what's written in the sound masculine plural.
Yes, sir. The sound masculine plural refers to the third column in the masculine version of the Muslim chart. This type of plural is used only for beings of intellect. This includes humans, angels, and jinn. Even though this type of plural is known as the sound masculine plural, it is also used for mixed groups that include both men and women. This type of plural is known as sound plural because the original makeup of the word remains sound. That is to say, the original form of the word does not change. The una and the aina endings are simply added onto the singular version without affecting its form.
Okay, so there are two things that I need to explain here. The first thing is that when we are talking about the group of man and woman combined, we treat it as a masculine, right? So when we are talking about the masculine plural, it can be the male only group or it can be a male and female combined group. But when you're talking about the female only group, then we use the feminine plural, right? So masculine plural can include men and women both, but it's not like if we have a group of 5 and then we have 5 male, then it's a masculine plural. But when we have a group of 5 but there are 3 men and 2 women, like even if it's 2 men and 3 women, even if it's a 1 man and 4 women, then still we consider it as a masculine plural. But we have a group and we have 5 women, we considered it as a feminine plural. Even if we have 4 women and 1 man comes in, but still since the man has come, it is considered as masculine plural. That's how it is when you are addressing a group. You say, sometimes you have girls and guys come and say, oh, come on guys. And you have a group of, girl and boys both, but you refer it as boys in English, right? So that's how, this is how the languages work. When we have a combined group of genders, we always refer them as a male noun, ism, right? Same is the case in Arabic. So when we have a mixed group, it is considered as a masculine plural. But only the female only group is considered as the feminine plural. First thing in this part. And the second part is that, they're explaining it here that una, ina ending are simply added into a singular version without affecting its form. It's like we say Muslimun, so we are just adding un and in, and then we add ani, aini, then the Muslim meme, seen, lam, meme remains. But when I'm talking about the mountain, the singular version for mountain is Jabal. Jim, Bay, and La. So Jabal is Jabalun, Jabalan, Jabalin, Jabalani, Jabalaini, Jabalaini. But in third column, it becomes Jibal. So see, this changed because an alif has added in between this. Then it's Jibal, Jibalun, Jibalin, Jibalin. So it's not, the format of the word has changed. Similar here, then we say Amalun. Singular word for Amalun is Amal. But when we go to the third column and the plural, and alif is added in between, it's one way of converting a broken plural into making a broken plural. It's one of the ways. So you say an alif and extra which is added in the word. So the format of an original word has changed. That is how you identify a broken plural. So that is when it says sound masculine plural. It means that it is following the masculine chart because it's just adding something to our original ism. But when we have a broken ism, then something has been added inside the ism. Are you getting what I mean? I know it's complicated. If somebody is not clear, please ask me.
Maybe repeating it would help.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly.
I said if you could repeat it.
Okay, I will repeat it, inshallah. I'm saying that when we have a word, common word like bashar, right? When we put it in a Muslim chart, it will follow the Muslim chart by what is that? The Be, Sheen and Ra still remain the same, and things will added after it in the second and third column. Basharani, Basharaini, Basharaini, Basharuna, Basharina, Basharina. Right? So what happened that it is following the Muslim chart, like without changing the actual ism. But when there is a word come that in the plural column, it changes its form. Like when I'm saying amalun, the original word is amal. Amal is 3 letters, ayn, mim and lam. When I put it in a plural column, it becomes amalun. So alif hamza in the beginning and another alif after mim. So we are changing the form of an ism, original ism. So that's why it is called broken plural, right? And it's not following is the Muslimah chart, the sound masculine sound plural, because you cannot see the una, ina sound in the end, just like attaching to the original ism. You got it? 3-letter ism change into the 5-letter ism without adding any sounding in the end. So this is what we call sound masculine or sound plural, because they give you a clear-cut sounds in the end, but that will be added to a original form of an ism. Okay, is that clear, or do you want me to find another way to explain it to you?
It is a bit complicated, but yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, when you have in English, you have a word book. In English, if you add s or es in the end, a word become plural, right? You have book, you added s in the end, it will become books, and it will become plural, right? We don't have a dual thing in English. The book will become books. But when you have a word like goose, the plural for goose will be geese, right? So the goose is not adding anything in the end to make it plural, but it's changing its form. So instead of u, it become e. So goose become geese, right? So this is not a normal way of making it plural in English grammar. Similarly, amalun is not a regular way of making plural in English Arabic grammar. It is if we are deforming a word to make it plural. So it's not following our grammatical rule of Muslim chart, and we cannot hear the una, ina sound in the end because we are deforming the original word to make it a plural. Is it clear now?
Yeah, I think.
Yes, Ustaza. Alhamdulillah. It's much clearer. Yeah, it's much clearer with this example.
Okay, good. So, Sister Parveen Maroof, can you please read for us the sound feminine plurals?
The sound feminine plural refers to the third column in the feminine version of the Muslim chart. Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. This type of plural is used for both beings of intellect and inanimate objects. It cannot be used to refer to mixed groups, a group made up of both men and women. This type of plural is known as sound plural because the original makeup of the word remains sound. The atin and atun endings are simply added into the singular version without affecting its form. Broken plurals.
Okay, that's it. So, any question? I think it's the same thing that we are repeating here. Is there any confusion, anyone, before we move ahead? Okay. Sister Habiba, can you please read broken plurals for us?
Broken plurals are plurals in which the original makeup of the word is broken. In English, generally to create a plural, an S is added to the end of the word and the original word remains unchanged. For example, book becomes books and house becomes houses. There are some words, however, that do not follow the pattern. The plural of goose, for instance, is geese. The plural of tooth is teeth, and the plural of mouse is mice. In a similar way, the many cases in Arabic, an ending combination, ani, smaller, this is
Una, Ina.
ina,
Do you want me to
una,
increase the font?
can be added to the, okay. Yeah. Can be added to the singular version of a word to make it plural. There are some cases, however, where the original form of the ism is broken. The plural of masjid, for example, is masajid. The alif appears in the middle of the word in the plural version and breaks the original form of the word. Likewise, the plural of the word kitabun is kutubun.
Kutub is kitabun. Kutub is singular, kitabun is plural.
Yeah. In this case, the alif is eliminated and the harkat on the word change. The original form of the word doesn't remain intact. Because broken plural do not have an ending combination that indicates that they are plural, they tend to look like singular words. The only way to tell the difference between a singular word and a broken plural is to know the definition or memorize the broken plural patterns. Below are some common broken plurals pattern that appears in the Quran.
Very well done. So you see, this is explaining exactly what I explained to you some minutes ago. So you say the masjid is become masajid by adding an ad, but kitab, it already have an alif, is changed into kutubun. So we eliminated something. So sometimes some additional letters are added in a original word to make it a broken plural, or sometimes they are removed from original word to make them a broken plural. There are some formats for making a broken plural, but yeah, if you can remember those format, or mostly we are doing the Quranic study, so when we will be reading at the translation of a Quran, we'll reading the meaning of a Quran, then we will see that okay, they are plural, and then inshallah ta'ala we will memorize them. So you say shahid is a word with the sheen, alif, ha and dal, but its plural is shuhada'un. So alif is eliminated, and then alif is hamza is adding at the end. So this is a one way of making a broken plural, by eliminating the alif from the word initially and then adding it later with hamza. The other format is nematun will become ne'amun. So what you do, you remove the ta marbuta and move the haraka to the letter before it. So the nematun become nemun. This is another way of making broken plural. Nabiyun become anbiyaun, like alif hamza is adding at the beginning and alif hamza is adding at the end, and nabi will become anbiyau. Zawjun become azwajun. So in zawjun, an alif is adding at the beginning and alif is adding in the middle to make it a plural. Fawadun is is changing its shape by alif hamza is adding in the beginning, and then alif is removed from the before the vav, and then vav alif is removed, and the whole word is look completely different. So we have fa here, we have dal here, but then we have alif and vav removed and alif and ta marbuta ending at the end. In imra'atun, the word completely changed. The single word for a woman is imra'atun, but for women it's nisa'un. So sometimes the word completely changes to give the plural meaning. You don't have to remember this. These are given so you have an idea that how the words are changed into jama as a broken plural. But inshallah ta'ala, when we go on to study it, we will know the meaning and we will see that it's a broken plural. Notice that some broken plural patterns are partly flexible and some are fully flexible. Yes, we can see that here. And inshallah ta'ala, for now, I will give you the meaning of the word and you will be able to identify, since it's not following the Muslim or Muslimah chart, it is a broken plural. Any questions? Okay, so far so good. So, Sister Raisa, can you please read plural by meaning for us?
Yeah, sure. There are words that appear to be singular but are considered plural because they have a plural meaning in that they refer to a group comprised of many members.
Okay. That's something that we study. Then when we have plural by meaning, like we say common, like we're talking about nation, it cannot be one person. It's always more than, it's not even two persons, it's more than two people. And then they are plural by meaning. That's why they are plural, because we know there's a group of people, they're not single people. They are saying common, it has tanween on it, not the una ina sound, but we know that since it is talking about a nation, it is plural by its meaning. Similar is for nas. Nas is for people. People cannot be a single person, right? People is more than two people. So that is nasun. Generation is karnun. Generation also is plural by meaning. It means a lot of people that forms a generation. Ahlun means family. Again, family is more than two. Khasmun is an argumentative group. When the people are making argument, when they have one side, you have another side, and the people are making argument, then this one argumentative side is called khasmun. Hizbun is a faction. Faction is again, you need some people to have a different opinion from their precedents, and they meant another faction. They have their whole thought process, their whole theory with them. So this is a faction is called Hizb. An army is a collective noun, is Jundun, and another word for family is Ahlun, which again is a plural by meaning. So you have to remember these words because they come very commonly in Quran. You say heard common, you have nasun, qarnun, ahlun, you have heard all of them, Hizbun. So you have to remember them. That will help you with your, inshallah, with your Quranic study, and then you will know that they are plural by meaning. Okay, the grammatical treatment of plurals. Who hasn't got a chance? Sister Hol, has she left? Okay. Sister Parveen Amin, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Ustad?
I'm good. Sister Parveen, can you please read for us the grammatical treatment of plurals?
Okay, inshallah. The grammatical treatment of plurals. What is meant by grammatical treatment will become clearer when we study pronouns, pointing words, fragments, and sentences. For now, memorize the rules below. There are two rules pertaining to the grammatical treatment of plurals. Number 1, all non-human plurals are treated as singular feminine. Sayyaratun. Number 2, everything else is treated as is. A, the sound masculine human plural is treated as plural masculine. Muslimuna. B. The sound feminine human plural is treated as plural feminine muslimatun. C. Words that are plural by meaning are treated as plural masculine qawmun. D. Human broken plurals are treated as plural masculine rusulun.
Okay, thank you. So this is something that we look at the slide and something that is repeated. Any questions? Anyone? Before I move to the drill? Okay, good. So we are doing this drill now. Let me see, who should I go first with? Sister Habiba. Ulma'u.
Al-ulama, the scholars. This is broken plural,
Very good.
because here is I think ulmaun is from alam, so it doesn't follow the Muslimat chart. And
Yeah, you know the word, it's good, but when you're describing grammatically, you say its meaning is plural and it's not following the Muslim chart or the Muslima chart, so that's why it is a broken plural.
Okay.
Okay, good. So gender,
Can I have a
please.
go? Okay.
Oh, you give me the gender, sister?
Sorry?
Did you give me the gender for it?
Yeah, it's masculine, but broken plural is always feminine singular.
Non-human broken plural.
Oh, this is scholars, so this is human.
Okay, if you say non-human broken plural, considered as singular and feminine, right? And here you have plural and masculine. I'll consider it right?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, who's next?
Can I have a go?
Yes, please.
And Harun, so it's broken plural, non-human broken plural, so it's considered singular feminine.
Very good. Let me see who's next. Sister Sarah.
Yes, Ustaza. Qailun, a sayer. Qailun follows the first column of the Muslim chart, so it's singular, and it's masculine.
Because it has no reason to be feminine.
No reason to be feminine.
Okay, then Sister Parveen Maroof. As-Safinati.
As-Safinati is following the first chart as well, and it's got time Buddha, so it's got a reason to be feminine and it's singular.
Yes, it's a singular and feminine. Very good. Sister Parveen Amin, Yadun.
Yes, Ustad. This is yadun, hand. This is singular and it's fall in the first chart of Muslimun.
So you are saying it's singular and masculine.
Yes.
Okay. Can anyone tell me that if he says is right or you disagree?
No, Ustaza.
Yes,
For
what
Arabic, because in Arabic the pairs are considered to be feminine. So hand is in pair,
Yeah.
so it's considered as feminine.
Okay, so it's singular and feminine. Good. Sister Parveen, you have not listened to the recording of yesterday's lecture. So please go and listen to yesterday's lecture, then you will know why Yadun is feminine.
Okay, Ustad. Inshallah.
Okay, so Sister Raisa, Al-Jibalu, we have done Al-Jibalu. So to Anbiya'u, we have also done Anbiya'u. So no, we have done Anbiya'u when we're doing the broken plural. So do Mufsidina.
Okay, Mufsidina. Okay, so it has Ina, so it follows the Muslim chart. It's Ina, so it's plural, and it's masculine.
Very good. Sister Samia, Abidatun.
Okay. Abidatun, worshipping women, it's plural by meaning and it's feminine.
Yeah, so it's plural and feminine.
Feminine.
It's not plural by meaning, it's following the Muslim chart plural column. Atun,
Yeah. Yeah.
you missed that.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's forget the meaning, we have to look at the endings first to identify. Right?
Okay.
Jazakallah khair. So we have completed our third property of an ism. We have done status, we have done number, now we have done gender. Inshallah tomorrow we'll start with al-qisam, which is type. So any question, anyone? All good to everyone?
Alhamdulillah.
Have you stopped recording, Ustad?
Okay, I need to. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح اللهم صل على محمد وبارك وسلم ربنا زدنا علما رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
Okay, so today we had, yes, last time we completed the another property of an ism, that is number. So today, inshallah ta'ala, we will be starting a new topic, which is common versus proper. But before that, I will have a quick Q&A session to see how we are going. Alhamdulillah. So starting with Sister Raisa. Sister Samia, can you please post on the YouTube group that the class has started? I think people are always late. Okay, so I will give you a word and you have to give me the status, number and gender of the word that I will give you, inshallah. So the word is hujuri. So Sister Raisa?
Hujuri. Hujuri. It has alif maksura at the end, so it's feminine.
No, it's ra has a kasra. Hujuri.
Oh, Ra has a kasra. Okay. So Hujuri, it's Hujuri.
So what the kasra status of a word has a kasra on it?
Well, it's jar.
Yes.
Hujuri, and it's masculine because it doesn't have a reason to be feminine.
Okay.
And the number, Hujuri, it's singular.
Okay. Sister Samia, the question for you is Moridina.
Dina. It's from the Muslim chart. It's but it's jar or nasab status.
Yes. Sorry, Sister Sarah, we can't hear you. Yes, please.
What else would you like?
Status, number, and gender.
So plural, nasab, and gender, masculine.
Yeah, because it's following the Muslim chart. Good. Okay, Sister Sarah. Musafihina.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ustaza.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Can you repeat the word, please?
It's Musafihina.
Musafihina. Ina. So it would be the status would be jar and nasab, and it will be plural.
Okay.
And gender, is it masculine plural?
It's masculine and it's
So-
plural. Yes, good. Because masculine, how did you say it's masculine and it's plural?
Because it falls in the third column of the Muslim chart.
Very good, very good. Right answer. Sister Parveen Maroof. Al-Faridati. Al-Faridati.
Al-Faridati. It's an ism as an alone. It's irrelevant.
Yes, but it has a status. My question is, give me the status, number, and gender of the word I gave you, right?
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Al-Faridati. The status is irrelevant. The gender is feminine because of the ta. And is it majroor because it has a kasra?
Yes.
Al-Faridati.
So singular, dual, or plural?
Al-Faridati. Ati in the end, so it should be plural.
It should be plural.
Yes, Ati.
Why it should be plural? I didn't say Ati. I say Al-Faridati.
Oh, sorry, Faridati. Okay, yeah, then it's not. No, then it's singular.
Yeah, you have to carefully listen to the sound in Arabic, right? Because Ati and Ati makes a lot of difference.
Yes, sorry.
No problem. Sister Habiba. Qanitina.
Yes. Qanitina.
Qanitina.
Tina is masculine, and Ina is plural, and maybe nasab wa jar.
Good answer. Sister Lippi. Al-Malakina. Sorry, repeat. I can't hear you clearly.
Is it angel?
Al-Malakina. Yes. Malaik, angel, Malakina.
So this is feminine, and so Ina is a
No,
plural.
I'm sorry. It's not Malaikina. It's Malakina. It's
So-
Malaka is another word. Malaik is angel. Malaka is not angel. Malakina.
So Malakina, I can't see any feminine sign. So this is masculine,
Yes.
and Ina is a plural,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
definitely jar.
It's did you say jar?
Ina, so Ina is nasab or jar.
Nasab or jar is the right answer. Good. Sister Raisa, quickly. Al-Insanu.
Sorry?
Al-Insanu. Now everybody have to answer quickly, right?
Okay,
Al-Insanu.
so Al-Insanu, it's masculine and it's Rafa.
Mm-hmm.
Insanu, and it's singular.
Okay, good. Sister Samia? Tazkiratun.
Tazkiratun. Tazkiratun. So it's feminine, it's Rafa, and it's singular.
Good. Sister Sara, As-Sabila.
As-Sabila. As-Sabila, la. So it will be As-Sabila would be nasab, and it would be singular, and it's masculine.
Okay. You remember the Arab Sexor chart?
Yeah, sorry. As-Sabila straight, so it's a straight path, so it will be feminine.
Sabila means path. Not
Path,
a
yes.
The path, yeah. Sabila,
Path.
you know?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No
Yes.
problem. Sister Parveen Maroof, Inaban.
Inaban. It's nasab and it's inaban, it's nasab, and it's heavy, and it's inaban. I think it's plural.
Number?
Plural.
Singular, dual, masculine?
It's masculine.
Okay, masculine, but singular, dual, or plural?
It's a plural because inaban, I think it's plural.
Okay, so how does the plural masculine chart sound like?
Oh, no, sorry. No. Because it doesn't have an una, ina sound on it. Sorry, I was going to the broken plural side. Sorry. No, it's a singular.
Okay, good. Sister Habiba Farzana. Habiba Farzana. Okay, good. Farzana is my sister's name. Sister Habiba, what's it? Hadaiqa.
Hadaika. Hadaika. This is nasab and singular.
Okay, how do you?
Masculine.
Okay.
Hadaika.
Hadaiq. Okay, I know, I got it. But if I say you, it's a broken plural, then?
Okay. Hadaika. Is it human or non? Can you tell me?
If it's a broken plural, what would be its gender? It's a non-human
Gender would
broken
be
plural.
feminine. Okay, feminine singular.
Good answer. Okay, so that was a quick recap. Now, today, inshallah ta'ala, we will be starting a new topic, which is common and proper ism. And here I am. Let me share the screen. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, Ustaz, I can see now.
Okay, so the last property of an ism is type. What we mean by type is that either the ism is common or it's proper. Wait a second. So whether the ism is common or a proper, like we studied in English, like some ism are common and some ism are proper. So the default ism status of an ism is common, but there are 7 categories in the in Arabic that makes a word proper. So we will today see what are the 7 categories. If the ism does not fall in one of those categories, then it is considered as a common ism. Anybody have any idea what kind of ism can be considered as a proper ism based on the knowledge you have on your own language or English you speak? So anybody?
If it is any name.
Name of what?
Name of place or person.
The name of a place of a person. If I say a house, is that the name of a place?
No.
It is a name of a place.
It's common because I don't know whose house it is.
Yes, because house can be anybody's house, any house. But if a house has a name, then it become a proper ism, like Makkah or like Khane Kaaba. It is a proper because it's the house of Allah, and it is a proper, has a name. This is a proper place. And similarly, if we have a house that like we have the house, the name of the daffodils, right? Then that daffodils will become the proper ism, but the house itself will be considered as a common ism. Any more ideas other than the name of a person, the name of a place, and sorry, we can hear you, sister. I think Sister Samia, you're speaking.
Yeah, I'm in the car. Independent or attached pronouns.
Very good. Independent or attached pronoun are considered as a proper ism. Very well. You remember it well. Anything else? You remember we are doing something about irrelevant thing, but we say that okay about
with the al. With the al.
Yeah. So so far we have touched this topic briefly, but today, inshallah ta'ala, we will see all the 7 categories for an ism to be proper in Arabic grammar.
And pointers like these, that, those.
Yes, the pointer words, very good. The pointer words are the proper. So yes, damair and prop pointers, and ism mausula. We also discussed about the ism mausula.
Ism mausula, one of beginning call with like harfenida, yeah.
Yeah, munadi, yes, and
other things. If the noun after of is proper, then the noun of before of this proper, also proper like mudaf and mudaf ilayh.
yes, mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Okay, yeah, these are the 7 categories that you have on the screen in front of you. The first is the word with al, like if there is a house, like house is bayt in Arabic, but I say al bayt, then this al bayt will become proper because I'm not talking about any house, I'm talking about specifically one house, right? So when you add al to a word, then this particular noun become proper noun, right? So whenever you see a word ism with al, you will consider it as a proper noun, proper ism or proper word. Specific name on places, we have seen that. Who's joined us? Okay, so specific name of places, we say that the specific name of people like Muhammad, Yusuf, your name, my name, anybody's name, and the name of places, the name of cities, name of countries, name of any particular place you are visiting is a proper ism. A damair, like Sister Samia said, the damair, the pronouns are proper because when you're talking about somebody particularly, that we use a proper a pronoun. Then pointer word, ismul ishara and ismul mausula. So have a look at the pointer words that we have. Haza is for if you're talking about something and you say this is haza. When you're talking about two things or two person, then is hazani, and when there is more than two, it is haulahi. Similarly, if you're talking about feminine, it is hazihi, hatani, and haulahi. Zalika means that. When you say this is place and that is zalika, zanika, ulaika, and that for feminine is tilka, tanika, and ulaika. Similarly, there are some words which are called ism mausula. Ism mausula are allazi, those who, allati for feminine. So masculine is allazi, allazani, allazina, allati, allatani, alati, or alai. And man and ma are for with whoever, whatever, and whoever. So these are some words that when they are there, they are considered as a proper ism, and if they are a part of a fragment, then they make the other part also proper. And the 6th category is the yal munadi. Like when you are calling somebody, like when I say sister can be anyone, right? So sister is a proper ism. When sister has a name, when I call a sister Sarah, so Sarah is a proper name, but I'm calling sister, could be any one of you. So when I say ya sister, so it means that I'm not calling the name of a person, but I am directly calling to a person face to face, or I am referring to the person, like I'm talking to you, but I say ya sister, right? Ya ukhtu. So then this will become a proper ism because you're only a calling person when you are directly talking to them. So when you have ya in front of an ism, of a common ism, it will make it proper. And the 7th, yes, as Sister Samia said, that if mudaf ilayh is proper, the mudaf is also proper. So we have a mudaf ilayh fragment. So when we have a mudaf ilayh fragment, if mudaf ilayh is proper, the mudaf is also become a proper. But the meaning of word could change. This is something because there is a kul chart that we will discuss inshallah ta'ala that has a different grammar to its own, and it's a number and type of mudaf ilayh changes depend on it. But ignore this line and say that if mudaf ilayh is proper, the mudaf is also proper. So the 7 categories for an ism to make proper in Arabic are words with al, specific names of people and places, pronouns, pointer words, ismul ishara or ismul mausula, yal munadi, or if mudaf ilayh is proper, the mudaf is also proper. So please repeat after me. 7 categories of proper ism are words with al,
Words with al.
Words with al.
Specific name of places and people.
Specific name of places and people.
Pronouns.
Pronouns.
Pointer word is mushara.
Pointers ismul ishara.
Ismul mawsula.
Mawsula.
Ya al munadi.
Ya al munadi.
And if mudaf ilayh is proper, mudaf is also proper.
Mudaf ilayh is proper, mudaf ilayh also proper.
Right? So you have to remember all these 7 words so that you can identify if the ism fall in one of these categories is proper, otherwise it is considered as common. So what are the default statuses of an ism? In terms of status, what is the default status of an ism? Who can tell me?
Tara James other kiss like this?
Yeah, I'm asking you, what is the default status of an ism?
Rafa.
No, it can be rafa, nasab or jar, depending on the position. But when we study status, we talk about the light and heavy, and something.
The default status of ism will be heavy.
Yes, the default status of an ism is heavy, and if it is not heavy, then it has a reason for it not to be heavy. But the default status of an ism is heavy. So what is a default number of an ism?
Is it singular?
No, there is no default status for a number. We didn't study anything like that. So number depends on how many we are talking about, as a single, dual or plural. So there is no default number. There is a default status. And what about the default gender? Sister Lipi, what is the default?
Yes.
Masculine, right? And if it's not if it has reason for it to be feminine, and that we have studied. Anybody remember? What could be the reasons for an ism to be feminine?
Yeah.
Ta marbuta at the end.
Also the alif maksura at the end. The one with biologically feminine.
Yes.
Body parts in pair. Specific places. Non-human plurals, and because the Arab said so.
Okay, very good, very good. So other than that, an ism is also considered as a masculine by default. And what about common and proper? What is the default status of an ism in terms of type?
It falls in the 7 categories.
Yes, other than that, it is considered as a common. So now we will look at the book and see if there are any examples for it. Okay, so Sister Parveen Amin, can you please read for us from here the 4th property of an ism? Sister Parveen Amin, are you there with us? Okay, Sister Raisa.
Yeah.
Can you please read for us? Can you
it's
see
still
the screen?
It's still on the 7 categories of proper words.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to change the screen. That is the trouble. Okay, please. Can you see my screen now? The 4th property of an ism.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So please read it.
The 4th property of ism is type. Every word in Arabic language is either common or proper. Common words are generic words that do not refer to something specific. Proper words are specific. An example of ma'rafa or ma'raf. How do you say ma'raf?
Ma'rifa and nakara. Nakara is common and ma'rifa is proper.
Okay. Pair would be a girl, which refers to an unspecified girl, and Maryam, which refers to specific girl. Another example of a pair would be a chair, which refers to an unspecified chair, and the chair, which refers to a specific chair. Common is the default for a word. There are 7 categories of proper words. Unless something falls under one of these categories, it is assumed to be common.
Good. So any question, anyone, before we proceed? I think we have just covered everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
So the ism is considered nakira unless it falls into these 7 categories.
Yes, that's it.
All right. Jazakallah.
No problem. If there is no al, if there is no ya munadi, if it's not a pointer word or isma mausula, if it doesn't have it's a name of a place of a person, and if it's not a part of a mudaf alayh fragment, and mudaf alayh is proper, then it has no reason to be proper. It will be considered as a common ism. Okay. So yes, sister, continue reading.
Okay. Words with al, alif lam. The al in Arabic means the, which makes a word specific. As mentioned before, remember that tanween. Remember that tanween and al never come together. For example, the word al-Muslimun is incorrect. You can only say al-Muslimu. Remember, a partly flexible word is made fully flexible in 2 ways. By adding al, by making it maf'al.
Mudaf.
Mudaf.
Stop here. So there's a thing, when we say al has a name in Arabic which is called lamul tarif. If you can remember it's fine. If you cannot remember it, it doesn't make any difference at this moment, because we know the words with al are proper, and lamul tarif does not throw you off. So when you say a word with al, just remember that it is proper, right? So the thing is, can anybody tell me what tanween is?
Dhammatain, fathatain, kasratain.
Yes, so the double accents that we have in the end of an ism, first column of a Muslim or Muslima chart, when we have an in sound, when you have double dhamma ya dhammatain, fathatain and kasratain, this is called tanween. So when we are studying the light and heavy thing, we say when the word has an al, it is considered irrelevant because al never takes tanween. So when al comes before a word, and a common word is made proper by adding al on front of it, so it will not take tanween. It has no issue with the ending sound like una, ina, ana, but it has a problem with the double accents. So it will not take double accent. So al-Muslimu is wrong. Whenever you have al, you have a single accent, so it will be al-Muslimu. Like it is wrong to say al-Baytun, it's right to say al-Baytu. So whenever there is an ism and al before it, so tanween has to drop. But you can say al-Muslimani, it is fine. But you cannot say al-Muslimun. Correct? Remember that we studied? Any confusion about it? No? So there is another thing that they are describing here today, is that that we have studied about the flexibility. So some words are fully flexible, some words are partly flexible, and some words are non-flexible. So there is a rule when there is a partly flexible word. So partly flexible word can only take fatha and dhamma, it will not take kasra. But a partly flexible word can be made fully flexible if you had al in before of it. So if we have a partly flexible word and we have an al before it, so it can take kasra as well. Do you get it?
Can you repeat again, please?
Okay. we studied that there are some list of words which are considered as partly flexible. Anybody remember what are the partly flexible ism?
There was uniquely masculine names, proper names, feminine names, and words ending in alif maksura and ya maksura.
Okay, and then there were like the partly flexible. There was a name of prophet that are non-Arabs.
Non-Arab names.
Okay, so when if I say if I put Yusuf in a first column of master chart, it will be Yusufu, Yusufa, and Yusufa, right? But if I say Al, then I can say Al Yusufi as well. Get it? So partly flexible words can only take Dhamma and Kasra, right? Al-Yusufu, Al-Yusufa, and Al-Yusufa. Sorry, Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa. But if I have Al in front of Yusuf, I can say Al-Yusufu, Al-Yusufa, and also Al-Yusufi. So when I say Al-Yusufi, it means I'm taking all three statuses and I'm showing all three statuses by the harakat, then it will become fully flexible. Right? If you see Yusufa written anywhere, written in any of the text you read, then it may be Yusufa can be a nasab or jar. But when you have Al-Yusufa or Al-Yusufi, then you know that Al-Yusufa is nasab. It cannot be nasab or jar, and Al-Yusufi is jar form. Right?
So Stada is the name of person, so can we put Al before the name of person?
Yes, we can put Al in front of name of person.
Okay.
Sometimes when you say, sometime when you are specifically rhetorically are emphasizing on something, right? Then you sometimes put Al in front of a name as well. Then sometimes say, when I say, Faiza is coming, I'll say, see, the Faiza is coming, right? When you're trying to make emphasis on something and it's not a good English, but you are trying to, make a point something, then that's why you can put Al in front of an ism as well, of a name as well, right? It's not a common practice, but it's like rhetorical way of saying things. But like we have a word, easy example is that we have a word Makkah. We know the proper name of places are partly flexible. So it's Makkatu, Makkata, and Makkata. But when we have an Al, we can have Al-Makkatu, Al-Makkata, and Al-Makkati as well. Got it? Any confusion? I know this is a complicated stuff. That's why I'm asking you again. Is there any confusion? Anyone? Good. Everybody's clear? Okay, so the second thing is that partly flexible word can be made flexible by adding al or by making it a mudaf. When a partly flexible word is used as a mudaf in a idafa fragment, it can be made fully flexible. Got it? Okay, so there are two conditions when a partly flexible word can be made fully flexible, and these two conditions are by adding an al and by making it a mudaf. Okay, repeat after me. There are two conditions for making a partly flexible word fully flexible. A, by adding an al, and B, by making it mudaf.
Partly flexible.
There are two conditions for making it a mudaf. By adding al or by making it a mudaf.
Okay, good. So, Sister Sarah, what are the two conditions for making a partly flexible word fully flexible?
By adding an al or by making it a mudaf.
What does it mean when I say fully flexible?
Fully flexible is when the it can take the status of Rafa, Nasab and Jar, all the three statuses. That is when it's fully, for example, the city Makkah, you can say Al-Makkatu, Al-Makkati, Al-Makkatu, Al-Makkata, Al-Makkati. But if there's no Al, then you cannot do the status. For Nasab and Jar, it will be the same status in the other case.
Okay, status can be Nasab or Jar, but it cannot show status by its haraka. Right?
Yeah,
Status is there, it can be Jar. It's not like it cannot be Jar, but it will not show its Jar form by clicking Kasra. You have to identify the Jar, Nasab or Jar by looking at the context of a sentence, right? But you cannot easily identify it as a Nasab or Jar. It will only take Fatha. So when by fully flexible means, it takes all the three harakat. Fatha, and Kasra. Good?
Yes.
It's good that you understand the concept. Okay, so Sister Sarah, can you please read for us this from point 2?
Specific names, Ism Alam, specific names of people and places such as
Hamzatu
or Makkatu are always Ma'rifa.
What is by
Pronouns?
Ma'rifa?
Ma'rifa is when it's the status is the type is proper.
Ma'rifa means
So we have proper.
Go ahead.
And pronouns are
Sorry,
the
I think your kids are getting disturbed. So you take care of them. I'll ask somebody else to read.
okay. Inshallah.
No problem. Sister Parveen Maroof, please read from pronouns.
Pronouns al-Tamai, pronouns he, she, they, we, etc. are always marifa. The following are the Dhamir for recognition purposes. We have discussed pronouns in detail previously.
Okay, give me the list of the pronouns, independent pronouns.
Independent pronouns are huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu.
Very good. Now read from the point 4.
Point 4 is pointers, ismul shara. Words used to point this, that, those, these are always marifa. Below are the ismul ishara for recognition purposes. We will learn these definitions and how to use them in later chapter. Ismul ishara, hadha, hadani, haulai, hazihi, hatani, haulai, dhalika, dhanika, ulaika, tilka, tanika, ulaika.
Very good. Now give me why 3 columns.
Pardon?
Why there are 3 columns? Why
The
haza,
3 columns-
hazani, haulai?
Yeah, this is singular, dual, and plural.
Very good. Because in Arabic, there are different words for singular, dual, and plural.
Yeah.
And haza is masculine, and hazihi
Masculine.
is feminine.
I mean,
For
it's
this?
for near, and dhalik singular, masculine, and tilka is singular, feminine.
Yes, good. For at the moment, it's good that you identify them, and when you have a chart in front of them, you can put the right word at the right space, right? We will discuss them in detail, inshallah ta'ala, when we move ahead. But at the moment, you should be able to identify those words when you look at them, that these are the ismul ishara when you are reading your Quran, inshallah ta'ala. So second, the point 5.
Point 5, ismul masula. Below are isma masula for
Mawsula.
isma masula, recognition purposes. We will learn their definitions and how to use them in later chapter. Al-isma mawsula, alladhi, alladhani, alladhina, allati, alladhani, allati. I don't know how to say that.
Allawati.
Sorry. Allawati, allai, ma, man.
Okay, so these are the ismul masula. Allazi means those. Allati means allazi means those two, and more those, plural. Allati is for feminine. Similar thing. Ma is whoever, man is whatever. whatever and whoever is used here, and we will inshallah study them in detail. But there is one thing, you say when the ism is singular and asma is its broken plural. You see, we are talking about more than one ism here. There are asma'ul mawsula.
Yes.
Right? So that's why there is asma, the broken plural is used here. Okay, thank you, sisters Parveen. Now, Sister Habiba, can you read the point 6 and point 7 for us, please?
The one being called, al-munadi. The harf used to call a person is ya. The word following ya is always ma'rif. This is because when calling someone, you are addressing a specific person. So both the word walad in walad, ya waladu, and the name Hamzatu in ya Hamzatu are
ma'rifa. Right? So both the point is same, like when we say walad, but when we say ya waladu, then the ya is like we are talking to someone, we are directly calling someone, and that's why the waladu, which is a common ism, will become a proper ism. Same, the hamza to in ya hamzatu is ma'rifa. Hamzatu is also ma'rifa because it's a proper name of a person.
Sorry, poor connection. I got the poor connection.
Okay,
Internet connection was poor.
Okay, no problem. So do you want me to repeat or what?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so please. Okay, sister, go ahead and reading. Point 7.
If the marufa is mudaf ilahi,
is ma'rifa. Sister, if the mudaf ilahi is ma'rifa.
Ma'rifa, okay. If the mudaf ilahi is ma'rifa, the mudaf is also ma'rifa. The mudaf gets its type from the ilahi, mudaf ilahi. If the mudaf ilahi is proper, the mudaf is also proper. If the mudaf ilahi is common, the mudaf is also common.
Okay, so everybody understands all 7 types for ism to make proper, or does anybody has any question before we move to drill 3? Anyone? Okay. So Sister Lippy.
Yes.
Okay. So you have to give the identify if the ism is the common or proper, and you have to give us the reason, right? The first one is huwa.
Huwa is a common, singular. Sorry, not common, proper.
Ask for proper, and why it is proper?
Yes, because it's a pronoun, dependent pronoun.
Sister Parveen. Yeah, no, I'm not asking about the other properties. I'm just asking common and proper, right, at the moment. Okay.
Yes, sister.
Hudan.
Hudan is Ustaza proper because of Tanween.
Okay, does Tanween makes anything proper? Was that the 7 categories that we studied?
Yeah, Tanween is not, yeah.
So give me the 7 categories, please.
Al, pronoun, and Ismul Ishara, and Ismul Ilm, Alam.
What is?
Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh.
Okay.
Yeah, and 2 more I don't know.
Okay. So who remembers that? Who can give me the 7?
Yes, inshallah. Can try.
Okay, please.
The proper name of place, name, and pronouns like he, she, I, and pointers like this, that, this. Those It's a name with al, and ism mawsula, one begin with ya munadi. And if the noun after is a proper, then the noun before of is also proper, like mudaf.
Mudaf. If mudaf ilay is proper, then mudaf is
Then
also
mudaf ilayh is a proper, yeah.
Okay. So sister Parveen, do you see any reason for huda to be proper?
No, Ustad.
So it's a common ism, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next I will be asking Sister Raisa, Akramu.
Akramu is, it's common because I don't see a reason for it to be
Proper.
proper. Yeah.
Good. Sister Samia, Makkata.
It is al, so it's
So it has no al, it's Makkata.
place. So
Okay, sorry sister, your internet connection is poor, so I have...
so it's the name of a place. It's proper.
Yes, the name of a place, it's proper. Good. Sister Sarah, As-Sa'ili.
As-Sa'ili, it has al, so it words with al will be proper.
Good point. Sister Parveen Maroof, Sabilan.
It's common because it doesn't have al on it.
It's just al makes it common.
Or any other reason for it to be proper now.
Okay. Sister Habiba, Haza.
Yes, and this is pointer. This is proper.
Good. Sister Lipi, Muhammadan.
Is a proper because the name of the person.
Okay, good. So, Sister Parveen, if I say make Akramu proper, well, how can you make it proper?
Al-Akramu.
Okay, any other way?
Any other way? Haza Akramu.
Okay, yes, good. But Haza will be proper, Akramu will be proper because of the Haza, right? And any other way?
Akramul baiti. Mudaf ilayh.
So Baiti is what? Mudaf ilayh. Baiti is house. So it's a proper or it's not? It's a common. Al-Baiti, right?
Yeah, Akramul baiti.
Okay, yes, right. And you're missing 1 point?
1 point.
You have done al, you have done pointer, you have done mudaf ilayh.
Mosula, so how?
Forget Masula. There's one thing that you are missing.
Okay, I do the hal, ismul ishara. I do al also.
Sister Habiba, can you remind Sister Parveen what she's missing?
Akram.
Munadi. Akram.
Yes, very well done. And
If I say Akramu, is it proper?
Akramun?
Yeah, because the name.
If it's Akramu is a name, yeah, it is proper. If Akramu is used as a name, yes. Yeah. Sometimes Akram is also a name, right? Yeah, that's a good thing. If Akram is the name of a boy, then it is proper. Okay, so there was we just discussed this topic of proper and common. I think everybody's clear on that. That was our last property of an ism. But there is one additional topic given in our book, which is about the kul. So I'm giving you if you read from here, that the meaning of kullun changes depending on the number and type of mudaf ilahi for other possible scenario. Kullu means like when you have in English you say all. The kullun means all, and you have just combining the things together, then it will consider as kull. So if the mudaf ilayh is singular and common, the meaning is each and every. Like if we have kullu masjidi, it means each and every masjid. Why we say each and every masjid, not all masjid? Because the masjid is singular and it's common. Plural for masjid is masajid, we discussed. So when the kullu is coming before an ism, which is in Dafa fragment, which is common and singular, the meaning will be each and every. Similarly, if kullu is coming up before an ism, which is singular and proper, the meaning is entire. When you say kullu al-masjidi, it means the entire masjid. Before, when the singular and common, like when we say masjid, it means we are talking about any masjid, right? It could be the masjid in front of your house, the masjid that you visited some time back. But when we say kullu masjidi, means we are talking about not one masjid, but each and every masjid. Because all common combined will be each and every, right? But when we have put an al before of a masjid and masjid become proper, then it means that we are not talking about any masjid in our area. We are talking about the one particular masjid. But when we're talking about a one particular masjid and we say kullun masjidin, then it means we're talking about the entire masjid, like whole building that is comprised as a masjid. Like the place for men to worship, the place for the women to worship, the kitchenette we have, the wuzu khana with the places for ablutions we have. So all the parking lot, then we say kullul masjidi, meaning we are talking about the entire masjid as its whole. So, and the third condition when the kullu, when it changes meaning, is that when the mudaf ilayh is plural and proper, the meaning is all of. Like when I say kullul al-masajidi. So al-masajid is a broken plural for masjid, and al is making it plural. So the mudaf ilayhi is plural and it's proper, and the kullu is coming before it, then it means all of the masjids. Like we have a group of masjid. When we say masajid, it means we're talking about not one but many, and it is proper because we are talking about some categories of the masjid. Like we are talking about the masjid that holds Jummah prayers, right? We call Jami Masjid, the place we call home. Not every masjid can hold a Jummah prayer. There is a condition for a masjid to hold a Jummah prayer. So when we have the masjids in our area, then they are holding Jummah prayers, or those masjid who are doing the Eid prayers, like we are talking about the group of masjid, like we're talking about the masajid, then the kullu will be treated as all of the masajids. Are you getting it?
Can you explain the second one, please?
Okay. Focus on the word and the concept of the word. Like when you say mudaf and mudaf ilayh, the kullu is a special mudaf, and the word coming after it will be considered as a mudaf ilayhi. So when the mudaf ilayhi is singular and common. So when I say singular and common, so is that I'm talking about one thing, right? And it is not a proper place. It can be any place, right? So masjid can be any masjid, but since kullu is here, kullu has a meaning of all combined in it, right? So kullu is meaning of plural in it, right? So when you say kullu masjidi, so the thing that should come in your mind is that the mudaf ilayhi is singular and mudaf ilayhi is common, right? So singular and common, it means each and every masjid, right? It should be singular and it should be common, so each and every masjid. But since mudaf ilayhi is singular and it's proper, so when it's singular and it's proper, what does it mean? That we are talking about one thing in particular? So al-masjidi means one masjid. But when we're talking about all with one masjid, what does it mean? Because the masjid is a building that has different parts. When I say kullul masjidi, it means the whole masjid are talking about. Like a house. If I say kullul bayti, it means the entire house. Like if I say I have hidden a book in the house, and you have to search the entire house, right? Per se, you have to search Kullul Baiti for the book. So what I'm talking about is like all the parts in the house, or all the rooms, all the sections are included in it, right? So it will be Kullul Baiti. Similarly, Kullul Masjidi, because I'm talking about one thing in particular, but it has different parts in it. It constructed of a different rooms, and how a house is built up of rooms or different sections. So this is called Kullul Masjidi. When the Mudaf ilayhi is plural and proper. So plural and proper means what? That we are talking about the group because it's plural, and it's proper because we have categorized that group because based on some specific reasons, right? If I say al-bayti, kullul bayti. When I say kullul bayti means what? Al-bayti is telling me that al-buyuti means I'm talking about not one house but many house, but this house have something in common. Like maybe you're talking about one residential area, and I'm saying the kullul bayti, buyuti means I'm talking about all the houses in that area, right? So they are proper because I'm not talking about all the residential complexes. I'm talking about the one residential complex, and I'm talking about the houses in this concept. So that's how when you see the ism after kull in the mudaf ilayhi fragment, then you will see the property of an ism which is about the singular and common, or singular or proper, or plural or common, or plural and proper, and then you will translate it depending on its concept, depending on its meaning. Do you understand?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, I'm glad. Because if it is like, it looks difficult, but when you think of it in terms of, if you understand the the number and type properly, then it will be easier for you to translate it, inshallah ta'ala. So look at the drill 4. Translate the following fragment. Use the word bang below. Okay, fruit means samara means fruit, and ta'am means food. So we have kullun in front of these words, and you have to translate it. So I'm starting from Sister Sarah. Kulla ummatin. Umma means
nation.
Yes, ummat means nation. So kulla ummatin. How do you say? Each and every nation, all nation, entire nation. What is the property of ummah in terms of number and type?
One ummah.
Ummah means, yes, ummah is singular and it's common, right? There is no reason to be proper. So kullu ummah means, ummatin means
each and every nation.
Each and every nation. Good. But I asked Sister Sarah, can you hear us? Oh, I think she's busy. So Sister Parveen Maroof, can you please do the next one? Kulli Masjidin.
Kulli Masjidin is each and every masjid.
Each and every masjid. Why each and every?
Because it's common. It's kullu. Is like in the example word. It's kullu masjidin, each and every. They're both common. So it should be all of them.
Okay.
It's not specific with the al.
Okay. So the reason you have to give me is that you have to look at the two properties of an ism, right? If the kull is involved. So what are the two properties of ism that we are looking after?
Whether it's marifa or nakira, and it's nakira.
Oh, it's and the second property? It's number, right? Singular, plural, right?
Yes, yeah. And this is
singular.
Masjid is singular, yes.
And it's common,
It's common, yes.
So singular and common will be translated as each and every.
And every, yes.
And okay, so sister Habiba, kulli shaitanin.
Shaitan is proper and singular. So singular and proper is entire
shaitan.
Yes.
But shaitan is not proper.
No? Oh. I thought
The name of shaitan was Iblis, right?
Okay. Then this is singular and common.
So how would
each
you
and
translate
every.
each and every shaitan? Okay, Sister Lipi, kull samarati.
Samarat is a proper, and art is a plural. So, yeah, kullu samarati, all of fruits.
All of its fruits, good. Very well done, mashallah. Sister, who's left? Sister Raisa.
Yeah.
Kulli nafsin.
Kulli nafsin. Nafsin is proper.
Okay. How do you identify nafsin is proper?
Wait,
What does the nafs mean?
I don't know.
Soul.
Oh, so
soul,
naf-
yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it could be anybody's soul, so it's common.
Yes.
Kulli nafsin, so it's each and every. So
Nafs.
each and every.
Yeah, good. Kullu ta'ami, Sister Samia.
It's part of the
Sorry, Sister Samia, your connection is poor.
singular and proper.
Yes, singular and proper.
So the entire food.
Yes, singular and proper, the entire food. Very well done. So I think the concept is clear to everybody. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So this is the end of our chapter number 3, and by that we have completed all 4 properties of an ism. And inshallah tomorrow will be your quiz. So let me stop recording.